Hey traders, I'm Charting Man Dan, trader and technical analyst with the Chart Guys for the last 13 years. And in this video, we're going to check in on the broader market. Bears in control with Apple leading the way down as the bears try and shape up the weekly lower highs. And the cannabis sector giving us our favorite trade, gap up open for selling. We'll go into how that's shaped up. All right, so the S&P 500 following through to the downside. We know that the financial sector and the healthcare sector led the way down yesterday. And we went into this morning saying, is the NASDAQ going to break the low of yesterday and follow along almost as a laggard bear? And the answer was yes. And so today I didn't have really any interest looking long. As soon as that low broke, that told me further daily consolidation was likely. And at this point, it's now a battle for, can we set that weekly lower high or not? And looking at the size of the retracement at this point on the S&P 500, it's 50%, which means that is now on the table where we can possibly bounce. Whether or not the daily high or low is set yet remains to be seen. But even if it is, if we bounce from here, set a lower high and confirm a daily downtrend, then the weekly lower high is set. If we bounce and make our way back up and keep the daily high or lows, then the bulls don't have anything to worry about. So I kept talking about how the first couple of weeks of September are going to be really key. Well, now it's the next 3-4 days are going to be very key, determining the answer to this question. SPY hit first hourly oversold conditions. Is this going to mark the daily high or low? Tomorrow's probably going to help answer that question. If it does, then that's keeping the bulls confident. If this hourly oversold bounce results in a lower low, then my probability increases significantly that a daily lower high will be the most likely result of the next bounce. Just a little piece of the puzzle to shift my probability on the daily time frame, which will shift my probability on the weekly time frame, which will shift my probability on the 3-month time frame. That's the way trading works, which is why we have to keep all these different time frames and perspectives in mind when we're doing our analysis. Overall, the NASDAQ consolidation, still really healthy. You look at the retracement here, it's still a possible bull flag. QQQ hourly oversold as well. Does this mark the daily high or low? Tomorrow we'll probably answer that question. If it does, bulls are just fine. If you show me this chart, or if you told me Apple's going to drop 4% today, I would think it would be a big red candle in the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ is only down 0.9%. Extremely impressive considering Apple on bear news having to do with China absolutely smashed in free fall today. Didn't establish a ton of support on the way up, but Apple is creating space where it's possible, here's our daily uptrend, it's possible that after the next daily bounce, the bears confirm a daily downtrend and set a weekly lower high. We have to be watching out for that in everything in the market. NVDA, nope, we'll get there in a minute. MSOS, so perfection as far as anticipating most likely scenarios. The reason I put out a gap over the weekend, a gap video of explaining gaps, was because I anticipated that MSOS was going to top out on a gap. And unfortunately, only 1.5 thousand people watched that. Meanwhile, 5,000 people watched the cannabis video, 3,000 people watched these daily videos. Can't help everybody, but we knew to sell this gap up open. So MSOS yesterday, short 808, exit 790s, 780s, reload long 765, looking for a gap up open, climax top. We get the gap up, so pre-market, I'm spending all morning selling. So I'm exiting all of my MSOS positions in multiple accounts, selling 837, 860, 859, 870, 871, 866, 865. So exiting all of those, I was looking for a 5% gap up. We got more than that. And then while I was live streaming, shorted it because I'm now all out all of my MSOS longs and I'm anticipating that this is the temporary top. So I'm going to give it a shot to short. So I short at 850. High of the day is 861. I exit 40% at 829. I'm risk free. I stick my stop at 862 and I don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the day. If we follow through as I think we might, I've got a bearish swing position and now I'm in that position and we have a weak close. The bulls did defend support. We are on the verge of confirming this hourly downtrend. So we had our pullback, just an hourly high or low. There's your lower high double bottom, lower high, triple bottom. We broke by a penny. So tomorrow we need a clear bear break into daily consolidation. We know a daily higher low is going to be the most likely scenario. We'll keep an eye out for hourly oversold conditions. Bulls don't want to see it drop that far. That would be a pretty significant retracement. I will cover my short somewhere in the mid to 750, something like that. I don't have a target yet at this point. We'll see how the morning plays out. And then I'm going to start looking long for a daily higher low somewhere in the lower $7 range. But I don't just base my levels on prices and say I'm going to buy when the price gets to 720. I need to see what the hourly trend looks like. I need to see what the broader market is doing. What's the volume look like? What's the cash holding of MSOS? Are they going to be buying the dip on daily consolidation as well? These are all factors that go into that decision making. But, a lot of newer traders are going to look at this and say, oh man, you predicted this dead on. It's just experience. This is literally the playbook from 2018 Canadian cannabis that helped us make so much profit and keep it. We sell the gap up opens, we reload consolidation. And expecting that the opportunity and the volatility is going to continue significantly. Going to do a Twitter Spaces on Friday with a couple other people, Dale's Report and Jesse Redmond, I believe that's his last name, and going to talk about the sector, technical, fundamental, and all that good stuff. So scouting a daily high or low, watching retracement size. If that is the top and we break the low of today tomorrow, bulls ideally don't want to break 716. That would keep a bull flag possible. If we drop down to 671, that's we've got space for a daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce. Keep in mind that all of the news catalysts that we have seen recently are all weeks, if not months down the road. The one thing bears have on their time, or have had on their side, is time. And so we got a headline today to lead to that hourly lower high. Safe banking is looking to be taken up within the next 6 weeks. That's 30 trading days. That's a long time. So just keep that in mind. There will be opportunities in both directions. Semiconductors, daily consolidation underway. And no major red flags. Daily EMA 12, retracement size still healthy. NVDA, the direction that we break this tightening range is going to be key. Further follow through from the bears. Reject from 500 and all-time highs, pulling back. Now we scout a higher low compared to 448 tomorrow or Friday. Hourly downtrend is our guide, anticipating a higher low and then a lower high and tightening up into next week. SMCI, same tightening range at a different spot. Lower high set. We're going to scout a higher low compared to 243. The break of this tightening range will have short-term implications for the second half of September in the semiconductor, I guess this is AI space. AI had earnings, bearish reaction, bulls bought the dip a bit, but still lower than where we closed. PLTR had a bit of a bear reaction, not much. PLTR is still watching the potential of the weekly head and shoulders, but I would need to see the S&P 500 and NASDAQ shape up a weekly downtrend if I were going to have confidence in this confirming. Tesla was a beauty today. Correlations. So yesterday I did an interview with Chat with Traders YouTube channel. I'm going to be on there eventually in the next few days or something. But he asked me a question about correlations, and I gave a hypothetical example where I said, imagine you got Tesla and the NASDAQ, and they're both dropping with weakness. And Tesla approaches a previous daily support, and it's holding it. Tesla starts trading sideways while the NASDAQ keeps dropping. That shows us relative strength as the bulls defend support. And then less than 24 hours later, that hypothetical scenario played out to perfection. Tesla, low of the day set at 1030, and then a tightening 5-minute range. Low of yesterday held by 20 cents. So 1030, low of the day. QQQ, when was the low of the day? Well, here's 1030. New low, new low, new low, new low. We hit new lows for 40 minutes after that, and then even more. And look at Tesla. Its low of the day is set. That's not Tesla. Low of the day is set. Hourly bounce. Recognize key support and resistance. Watch correlations. We could say Tesla is positioned extremely well to bounce if the NASDAQ gets any bounce going. And the little bounces along the way down for the NASDAQ helped Tesla into a 3% bounce. And Tesla is giving us a beautiful 3-day equilibrium. We talked about this pre-market on the live stream as something to watch for. High, low, lower high, higher low. Lower high compared to 258 is the most likely scenario. Going to tighten up and potentially break tomorrow, if not tomorrow, certainly by Friday. Can you tell I'm all jacked up? Healthcare, still following through for the bears. Weekly downtrend confirmed. So now we watch for the longer term tightening range, but clearly our lead bear sector following through. Lots of space for a daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce. 128.93 is the next major support level. Financial sector bounced a bit. Again, with everything, bears will have to confirm daily downtrends. And so that's going to be the question. We know now it's just waiting. Okay, when are these daily bounces going to get going? Sometime within the next day or two, I'm watching for. And then from there, can we set daily lower highs, and can bears confirm daily downtrends or not? IWM, lots of space for a daily lower high. IWM can bounce from the low of today 3% and still form a daily lower high. So again, I don't expect we're going to straight drop to a lower low. It would have to be, in my opinion, the bears confirming a daily downtrend if they're going to shape up these weekly lower highs. The dollar, still strong, still up at the highs. Lots of space for a daily higher low, next consolidation. Oil still strong, daily inside bar. Stair-step pattern, we would have to break 85.93 for anything to shift. And when it does, we'll look for the daily higher low, watching EMA 12 support. And natural gas, giving it all back, has yet to confirm a daily uptrend in a very long time. Bulls must hold 2425. If not, we'll continue watching our megaphone downtrend support line. Big bounces mean nothing in this name because we cannot grab uptrends and follow through. So my focus will continue to be on the cannabis sector. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow morning, pre-market at 8:30 a.m. public on this YouTube channel, filling in for Lori. And I'll see you all then. We'll get ready for the trading day and see if bears are shaping up for cannabis daily consolidation. Take it one day at a time. Appreciate you watching. Do good things. Lots of different pollinator varieties on these. Last night I counted 6 different kinds of bees and wasps.